Hello everybody, welcome back to the fifth and final round of Modern FNM here at GameSwap. For this last round we have Jeskai Control versus Through the Breach. So it's probably Through the Breach Emrakul deck, probably with some prime times as well. Probably like Titan, I guess it's the deck labeled Titan Shift that we saw earlier, but instead this is actually what it should have been called, Through the Breach. So this should be an interesting matchup. Yes, it's appropriately labeled this time. It might be somewhat difficult for Through the Breach to win game one unless Eddie's able to get out underneath some counter magic. If he gets something out early off some Simian Spirit Guides, obviously that could pretty much win him the game. But otherwise, if the game goes long, I think Zach probably has this one favored. Looks like both players have kept. Zach's going to lead on Serum Visions that he just played his Wood Foothills and passed. So Eddie did not have one of the turn 1 acceleration spells like a Suspended Search for tomorrow. Going to bottom both with Serum Visions, and Eddie's going to sneakily fetch at the end step. Probably see a stomping ground here. So it does look like Eddie has Valakut in his deck. Well, of course he has Valakut in his deck as well. That is a way he can theoretically win without really resolving much. If he's able to get Valakut in play and just naturally play a couple mountains afterwards, he might be able to sneak a win out that way. But I'm not sure what Zach's win conditions are. If they're fast enough, of course, that plan's not really going to work. But it could be valid. So we'll see if Eddie has a Farseek or maybe a Sturgill Tri-Builder here. No, he's just going to pass the turn. So a bit of a slow start from Eddie. Probably not what he wants to see here against Control. Another Serum Visions. I wonder if Zach kept a one-lander and double Visions. That seems kind of risky. Yeah, it looks. I can't tell if he had a another land. Oh yeah, he's got plenty of lands. I don't know what I'm saying. Although interestingly, I think Zach did not play his Celestial Colonnade on turn 1. Instead, he opted to play Basic Island. So he's just going to deploy the Celestial Colonnade here. Mark has joined us. He was vying for his modern deck's validity.
Yeah, sorry folks. A guy at the store who works at the store doesn't think that Thundermaw Hellkite has a place in modern, and I viciously disagree. He says I bring it in matchups where it's not even good, which I also disagree on. But we can talk about that later.
Yeah, so this match, it's actually not, so when I picked this match, I thought it might have been the Blue-White Control mirror because Eddie usually plays Blue-White Control, but he's actually on Through the Breach today, so thankfully not the Blue-White Control mirror. Poor Boy 85, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. So hopefully Eddie has something here on turn 3. He's just played his lands, has had no acceleration thus far. He did draw Valakut. If that's his play, yeah. Wow. Well, this is going to be a long one. And like I said at the beginning, I think long games probably favor Zach unless Eddie's just able to get the Valakut kill. Oh, all right. Well, that is definitely quite the clock. Although I think the Geist is going to be met by an Anger of the Gods here from Eddie. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like a fine trade. 3-drop
Definitely.
for a 3-drop.
And it's probably not going to. Anger's not probably going to get much more value.
No. Is exiling Geist relevant in this matchup? I don't think so. I guess it could be relevant for Logic Knot if we see a Logic Knot.
Yeah, that's probably the only
that's
thing.
about it.
You're not flashing back Geist with Snapcaster.
Yeah, so Eddie's actually playing Emrakul.
Yeah, he's playing bigger Through the Breach.
Yeah, I played against him this week. I Blood Mooned the shit out of him in 2 games. At turn 2 Blood Moon.
Oh, you were on
2 games.
Ponza, yeah.
Yeah. This deck though can actually win through Blood Moons.
Well, sure, Through the Breach.
Yeah, which is impressive. And they they have to have the Emrakul in hand because they can't Summoner's Pact for Emrakul, which is kind of annoying because you have to get a green creature.
Sure.
But if they draw the through
Well,
the
you
breach
can
and the
actually
Emrakul,
you can actually win the game right off a Blood Moon, and after they Summoner's Pact, because they might not have 2 green if they don't have basic forests.
Yeah, well, I think Eddie X was only playing 1 forest.
Yeah.
So actually, I got him that way one of the games. Also, the other game I got him, he actually did Emrakul me, put me to 2 life, and I had 5 lands, Chandra, Torch of Defiance, and I think Scavenging Ooze in play. And I just sacked 5 lands and Scavenging Ooze, left the Chandra in play,
Yeah.
and then killed him over the course of the next 3 turns.
Wow.
It was pretty funny.
So Zach with a Bolt Snap Bolt there brings Eddie all the way down to 12, and then the attack from Snapcast will bring him down to 10. So Zach's deck is definitely more aggressive than I expected out of Jeskai Control. It's more of a Jeskai Burn sort of variant, I suppose.
Yeah, have we seen a Spell Queller yet?
We have not.
So I hope this gets countered. And we do see a Logic Knot, so exiling that that Geist earlier is slightly relevant.
Yeah. So here Eddie's attempting to through the breach. And we're going to Cryptic.
I guess Cryptic is fine there, so you can save your low mana counter for later.
Right. Plus, it's very mana efficient as he gets the Bolt here, yeah.
Yeah.
Is he dead? No. Wait. Eddie's going to drop to 1 here if Zach decides to attack with Colonnade. No, he does not.
I don't think he can afford to attack
right,
with
because you can just lose to...
Yeah.
Well, not really, but...
Well, it's interesting, though, because that would put Eddie to 1, right?
Yeah.
And Eddie has a fetch land in play that he would then be unable to crack.
Right.
So he'd have to have another through the breach, really, to do much.
Yeah.
Right? Or I guess another land drop. Then he yeah, so Zach's going to be able to hold up Logic Knot.
Soof.
Oh,
it's fine. Snapcaster Bolt.
Okay, well, that works, too.
That's a quick one. All right.
Yeah. Interesting.
So, although that match ended how I anticipated, it was not in the manner I anticipated. A quick win from Jeskai Burn, I think we can collectively call this, instead of Jeskai Control.
Yeah, Jeskai Control really is just Jeskai Burn. I mean,
there's the Nahiri.
Yeah, there are the people that... Oh, he has Nahiri?
No, but that would be more control focused.
Oh. Well, there are people that play Jeskai Control that don't play Nahiri, and they do something like they play like 2 bolts, but then most of it's like you can play like 4 Supreme Verdicts main, play all 4 Cryptics.
Sure.
A friend of mine in Indianapolis played that kind of version for a while. It was like no nonsense American Control.
No nonsense American Control.
He had no. There was no Spell Queller, no Nahiri, not a lot of burn spells. He did play one Ajani Vengeant and one Gideon Jura.
Okay.
But other than that, every card in the deck is just like hard control. Got some Ruined Halos in the sideboard. But yeah, this is certainly more of a tempo-y burn type deck.
So I don't know if Eddie has what Eddie has that kind of help him fight against control. I guess he might have some Planeswalkers out of the sideboard. I don't know if maybe he's running Chandra, Torch of Defiance. Do we think he's playing Boseiju? Is that a list that these decks play?
You could, I guess. Boseiju seems fine.
Yeah.
What I will say is that half the decks that Blood Moon you are going to be, half the decks that are using counter spells
are going to be Blood Moon.
Are going to be Blood Moon decks.
Yeah.
And then Boseiju is they're bringing in Blood Moon anyway to shut down Valakut, and then Boseiju does nothing. I guess not half of the Blood Moon decks, but some substantial number of Blood Moon decks.
You know what Eddie needs? A guttural response.
one mana red green
counter target blue spell.
Sure. No, he needs.
I think specifically blue instant. I think
blue. Oh, is it? Wow, that's so narrow.
Well, it's specifically for things like this, so you can sneak through your stuff.
I was thinking Vexing Shusher.
Classic.
Card sees substantial play in Legacy.
Substantial.
Yeah, you see it in like
nothing.
You see it in Goblin Charbelcher.
What?
Yeah, Charbelcher in Legacy plays that card. I think sometimes people play it in any sort of like sneak attack deck because you can play Vexing Shusher and activate its ability for just red mana because it's red-green hybrid.
Sure.
Can we get a Vexing Shusher up? Would that be possible?
Well, we got Boseiju up.
Boseiju's pretty sweet.
Boseiju is one of the... such a unique card, I feel like.
It is very unique. I wish it didn't enter tapped.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, you can play Vexing Shusher with just red or just green.
That's true. You can play it through Blood Moon.
Play it through Blood Moon, that's right. The card's also very interesting. A Goblin Shaman. It looks sort of like a Witch Doctor. You know, I get a very Louisiana feel out of it.
True. Yeah.
A very Diablo 3 Witch Doctor. Any Diablo 3 players in chat?
So it looks like Eddie has a chalice in his hand. That seems good.
Yeah, I see. Do you want chalice on 1 here or 2?
Probably 1.
Yeah,
on
1.
Bolt and Visions.
Yeah.
Although it looks like his mana's maybe a bit awkward. He's got Stomping Ground, Valakut, so he may not actually be able to cast Chalice here unless he draws an untapped land, which he did not. He drew Courser. But next turn he'll be up to 3 mana off the search, and even if he doesn't draw a land. So Zach on 2 mana. He did not have. Well, this turn he led with his Celestial Colonnade, and he's just gonna pass the turn. So Eddie, did Eddie miss his Search from Tomorrow's?
Wait, did he really?
Yeah, I think he did. Did that have to happen? I don't know.
Wait, no. You know, it's suspend 2.
Yeah, he just didn't. He spent it on turn 1. This is turn 3.
Yeah, he got the. He's just. Wait, he played it on turn 1 with 2 counters.
Yeah,
and so
this is turn 3.
Wait, Eddie missed a land drop?
Yeah. He also.
Yeah, he definitely missed it then.
Okay, yeah, you need to tell him that he missed it. That it has to come through.
I don't think no, it doesn't have to.
Oh, he missed it. Okay, I guess you can miss it.
Yeah, it doesn't. You don't have to. No, you can miss it.
Okay. That's weird. Just left in exile.
No. If you forget to cast it, it's left in exile.
Okay.
But if you forget to take a counter off, I believe you can just take a counter off the next turn.
Okay, that really hurt Eddie there.
Yeah, that's bad because he missed his land drop. Yeah, that's
and then he
actually
got
terrible.
Logic Knotted for 1.
When he could have when he could have cast a Courser, right?
Well, that would have actually gotten Logic Knotted.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did they rewind?
No.
Okay, because they don't need to rewind.
Zach just played another land and passed the turn.
Oh, okay. So Eddie was on the play.
Yes,
because he lost.
game
and so
one.
now he's behind a land,
that's usually
even though he played a ramp spell.
Well, he also missed a land
Yeah,
drop.
well,
so.
yeah, but he shouldn't have been behind yet,
Sure.
even though missing a land drop. Now I assume the Courser's going to get countered anyway. Oh, he doesn't have.
No, he needs to hit a land drop here, and then he can go to 4 lands.
He doesn't have double green for Courser. Oh wait, he doesn't have a Courser in hand.
Yes, he does.
He does?
Yes, he does not have double green. He drew a Sacred Foundry.
That's so awkward.
What?
So he's playing white for the sideboard.
We're hard casting Search. Okay.
That seems fine. Is Zach gonna let that resolve? I guess.
It looks like he did. You know what would have been really slick if Eddie had a Spirit Guide in hand to exile the Logic Knot when Zach tried to play it. That would have been.
Yeah, that would have been sweet.
Unfortunately for Eddie, that was not the case.
Yeah, one other reason to play Sacred.
What?
A mountain? I guess I wonder if he's just on the Valakut plan.
Perhaps.
He wants to just trigger Valakut as quick as possible.
Yeah, that might be.
But why wouldn't you? Whatever.
I guess.
That's fine. That's fine. But yeah, one reason to play white in these decks is for the sideboard.
Sure.
Not just for white cards, but also it makes Engineered Explosives a lot better.
Yeah.
Because you can now cast it for X3.
You probably play like 1 Sacred Foundry or 2?
Yeah, I think he probably just has 1.
Yeah.
Excuse me, folks, I have to sneeze. Nope, just kidding. It went away. It went away.
When you explain it, you lose.
Yeah,
you lose the sensation.
yeah, that's how you cure a sneeze. Is you just tell people you have to sneeze.
And you don't.
False,
So Eddie
false alarm.
has got to be on the Valakut plan.
Yeah, does he have? But he doesn't have more lands, right? He missed his land drop.
He has Secure Tribe Elder in hand. I guess you can find
But
another land with
he
that.
only has 1 green mana.
His Summoner's Pack, so he can never cast that.
Yeah, he can't pay for Pact. Jesus, Eddie, what are you doing? This guy.
I think maybe Eddie's new to playing this deck. He's like I said.
Yeah, I think he just put it together recently.
He was usually on blue-white control.
The deck certainly has something of a learning curve. I do think the mana base can be tough to navigate. It seems kind of straightforward, but when you're trying to, you're trying to play some fairly green spells, you have a lot of
mountains.
Yeah, but you need as many mountains as possible.
Well,
and you got some number of those mountains being tapped. Shitty
Geist
Valakuts.
is nice. How's Through the Breach Emrakul? It seems good.
Yep. I honestly think so. I think it's fine for Zach to go for it since he's up a game just by playing the Geist.
Yeah.
But there's also an argument to be made, like, you got to respect the fact that he's on Through the Breach and not tap out.
There you go. Well, Zach survives. He's at 1 life. He's got no permanence, but he's still in it.
Now, if he just had a Chandra in play, like I did last night, you can still win the... Oh, the fetch land is bad.
Land off the top. He's building his way... Oh, fetch land. That's brutal.
Oh, man. So he's going to have to play 2 more lands and then Lightning Helix his opponent to be able to crack this fetch.
I think if Eddie draws a mountain here, he just wins because then he can play a mountain, sack. Yeah, so Eddie just wins here. He can play mountain, play Sakura Tribal, there, sacrifice it, find a mountain.
Yeah, so is that 5? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
All right, yep.
That does it. So,
well,
some weird plays from Eddie, but when you got Emrakul, you don't need to play well.
No, that's right. So, do these decks play 3 Emrakuls or 4? I'm not even sure.
I don't know.
I think you want 4, but I could see an argument for only playing like 3.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
My question would be, are there other targets besides Emrakul in Primetime?
I do not know.
Do we think like you bring Inferno Titan in against Blood Moon, just so that...
I guess.
Because Primetime's not great.
Maybe Storm Breath,
yeah,
but that's out of the board.
Well, I guess the nice thing about going Through the Breach Primetime when your opponent has Blood Moon in play is you're still ramping 4 lands.
Yeah.
And you can probably hardcast an Emrakul pretty soon. So...
Yeah, I guess eventually, yeah.
But I wonder if they play some other creatures.
That's a win I want to see, the hardcast Emrakul.
Yeah, because then you get to actually take your extra turn. Well, I'm excited to see how this last game goes. Now, Zach being on the play is a big deal.
Yeah.
If Zach has Spell Snare, that means he'll be able to.
I will note that
like a Farseek.
Eddie was being very careful with his lands there because I don't think he took almost any damage off shock lands or anything, realizing that he doesn't want to get burned out like he did game 1.
Sure.
So we'll see if players like their hands for game 3. There's some discussion about other matches going on. That's why we're kind of moving a bit slow here. Which I'll have you know, if you're playing a competitive REL event, do not discuss other matches or you will get a match loss, evidently.
Yeah. Mario and I were at SCG Cincy a couple weeks ago, and Mario and his friend were just broing out on day 2, or Mario and his opponent.
Yeah.
They were having a good time chatting between games, sideboarding. And I came over to Mario to ask him how. Mario asked me how.
I asked Mark the question.
Because I was playing the Modern Classic while Mario was at day 2 Standard, and Mario says, "Hey man, how's your match go?" And I was telling him like, "Oh, I think I lost to, I don't know, to something."
Yeah.
And this random judge.
Well, the head judge, level 3 head judge.
Well, he wasn't the head judge. He was not the head judge.
He was the head judge.
No.
For the standard event, he was.
Oh, okay.
So the head judge was in the area and he heard me.
Yeah, and he comes over. He starts freaking out. He's like, "Excuse me, sirs, is this match ongoing? Is this match ongoing?" And we said,
I was like, we're in between games. I thought he wanted to do a deck check or something.
Yeah. And then he's like, "Are you giving him strategy right now?" And I was like, "No."
I was like, "No, we're talking about Modern." He's like, "Well, because you can't give strategy. That's a serious offense or something." And he kneeled down next to me in the chair and was like, giving me a stern talking to. It was pretty intense.
Well, and then he said, he's like, "Now I know that if you were receiving strategy from this man here, your opponent probably would have said something.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know that you're not doing anything wrong, but just be aware." And I get that, except for that, you have to realize that, especially at these larger events, everyone is you know, everyone is talking to the competitors at the tables at the matches next to them. Many people chat between sideboard game. I mean, you see it all over.
Yeah.
And is it against the rules? Yes, it is, and I understand that. And I understand that on day 2 standard, you know, you're playing for some money. But I thought it was a little bit over the top, and he wasn't really polite about it at all.
Well, he was just an intense guy, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was an intense guy, but.
All right, well, Eddie fetched a stomping ground there to get his mountain count up, but it does kind of endanger his life total. He gets bolts, goes down to 14. He did ramp a little bit there with Farseek, and I think he has a Secure Tribe-Elder in hand as well, so definitely getting the ramp plan going this game pretty well.
You know, I always wonder why people like Farseek over Explore. I mean, some people play both, but I really like Explore. I know not everybody does. Just
well,
to me
you have to have a land in hand for Explore, I guess?
Well, true, but you also draw a card, so it's like, you know.
Wait, it looks like
these decks play a lot of lands.
Chalice might resolve here, but Zach's going to get a bolt in response.
Yeah, bolt in response seems fine.
And now I'd like Eddie to play his Secure Tribe-Elder here instead of the Farseek he has, because then he can at least chump for a turn. Yeah.
So
all right, so that's what he's going to do.
So for me, the thing about Explore versus Farseek is one of the best ways to shut down a Breach or Titan deck is to play cards that prevent your opponent from searching. You know, you're very weak to Aven Mind Sensor, you're very weak to Leonin Arbiter, you're very weak to Shadow of Doubt.
Sure.
These cards are not good for you already. And Farseek is just like an additional reliance on searching your library. Whereas Explore, I mean, gosh, these decks play between 24 and 26 lands depending on what variant you're playing. Play an extra land, draw a card.
Yeah. Is
basically just a Farseek.
I guess that's not bad. I think some of the Valakut lists do run a few Explorers. So Eddie found his 5th mountain there with Secure Tribe-Elder, so now any further mountain he plays is going to be able to deal damage to Zach. I don't know how much this Chalice is affecting Zach's hand. He does have at least one path in hand. I think he might be on Path, Lightning, Helix, and then some lands, which isn't great for him.
Yeah, Path is not very good here. It's even questionable if you want to leave it in, I think. It does nothing to Steve. Obviously, it hits Primeval Titan. But in a Breach deck, you're typically... I mean, you're never going to stop the ETB trigger. You can stop him from going to combat. But because he can Breach at the end of your turn, it's harder to... I don't know.
So Eddie got his 5th mountain, and now he's going to fetch for the 6th mountain, which is going to get a trigger. He's going to bolt Zach instead of the Snapcaster. I don't know. I think I maybe would have just bolted the Snapcaster there. You're going to get more mountains. Might as well bolster your life total a little bit. Zach is going to respond with a Lightning Helix, basically negating the damage. It was basically like a deflecting palm there.
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh, Eddie has a Leyline of Sanctity in hand. Not sure if I like that one.
So I guess he must have 2 white sources, or else he wouldn't. Well, that would be my guess. I would hope you have 2 white sources.
Okay, so I guess you don't need to Valakut the Snapcaster if you're just angering it away.
I guess that's one reason to play Farseek over Explorers, because if you do have the white splash, you need to get the Sacred Foundry.
Yeah.
So that seems reasonable. In general, I still like Explore more, but I guess with a white splash, that makes sense.
So Eddie's hand is not very good, but I don't think Zach's hand is very good either. Eddie's life total is kind of low. Zach can win through this Chalice if he finds Electrolyzes and Helixes, but further bolts are going to be turned off. And if Eddie is able to get the Leyline down, I feel like he's pretty secure. We might see the Colonnade activated here pretty soon.
Sure. Yeah, I just have to wonder about Path. You know that Chalice on 1 is a good strategy for your opponent, and Path just doesn't do that much work for you in this match. You obviously can't Path Emrakul.
I don't know. Maybe Zach just didn't have many other good sideboard
slots. Yeah,
that's
that's probably true. This isn't necessarily a deck you even want to be prepared for.
Yeah. All right, so the Colonnade can active here, and it's actually pretty Oh, wow. Yeah, Zach drew a crumble to dust. Okay.
So that's not bad.
Yeah, Eddie's not too happy about that one. So you gotta fetch and response. No.
Wait, is he not going to fetch in response?
He is not gonna fetch and response.
So he's just sort of leaving 3 damage on the table.
Yeah, hopefully that doesn't come back to bite him.
Yeah, it probably will.
Yeah. So now he's got to be on the through the breach plane.
Yeah, you got to fetch there.
Crumble to dust. This is the first time I have ever seen crumble to dust actually make a difference in a match. I've seen it brought in a lot, and it always seems to do nothing.
Yeah.
Or it's too late, or too slow, or something along those lines. I don't know. I usually think I see people bringing it in against Tron.
So I like it against Tron if you are playing a green deck, like Naya midrange, where you have a turn 1 Hierarch, or a turn 1 Birds. It's pretty underwhelming on turn 4, but it's always good against Valakut if they show a Valakut. It's not always great against Tron. I'm a big advocate of bringing in against blue-white control. I've played it to success sometimes in that matchup, hitting Colonnade. But even that is, I only do that because I have tons of bad cards to take out.
So Zach pointed out to Eddie that he missed 3 damage there. He's not too happy about it.
Yeah, I think Eddie's just a little bit new to the deck. So,
Justin, can you zoom us back in so we don't have the card view? Thanks. It looks like Eddie drew another forest as well. So that's not great. Maybe he's on the hardcast Emrakul plan at this point. Oh, here's Colonnade.
Yeah, Eddie doesn't have a ton of answers to Colonnade.
Down to 3. See if Eddie draws anything relevant. I'm not even sure what is relevant. Not that. Alright, so Eddie's dead. Oh.
So he goes to 1, right?
Well, Zach
and then he dies to Colonnade.
He dies in a number of ways. Zach had another lightning helix.
Okay. Well, he could, but if he actually plays the.
Well, he was dead to Colonnade. Yeah.
He was
dead a number of ways.
Well, he was only dead to Colonnade because Eddie was playing a ley line.
He couldn't get. He would have to fetch shock and kill himself. He just slammed it on the table to show Zach how it was.
Ah.
All right. Well, the Crumble to Dust won Zach the game there. He may have won anyway.
Yeah, I mean he had a healthy life total.
Yeah.
He was. It would have been great if Eddie finished this game with Zach at like 6 life.
Yeah.
Because then it would have been, or 3 life.
Yeah.
Some number of life where fetching or not fetching in response to crumble mattered.
The ley line would have been very good there though if Eddie had it in his opener.
Sure. Yeah.
The ley line chalice combos.
So is he playing just 2 ley lines? Because 2 doesn't seem like enough to be on that plan, especially when you have difficulty hard casting it with only 2 white
horses. Yeah, it looks
horses.
like he's just on 2. Well, just got burned, taken down through the breach here, 2-1.
Yep.
That's going to do it for tonight, everybody. So thanks for watching. One last reminder, subscriptions. Please subscribe if you want to have a chance to win an Hour of Devastation box shipped to you. Really good chance to win. Only $5 a month to subscribe. So please consider that if you want to keep the stream supported and help us improving.
Yeah, and if you open a foil Ramanop excavator, you can send that to me directly. You can just send it to the store here in Mason, addressed to me, Mark Anlicker. Oh, and what about the program, the Patreon?
Yeah.
We might get a link up here in chat to the Patreon. Folks can get involved supporting the stream with a one-time donation or a supporting, sustaining membership. I'm a sustaining member, have been for a while. It's a nice way to keep the stream going, keep your favorite content being produced, and help us out. And there's also a rewards program.
Yeah, so that's a guaranteed way to get some product.
Yeah,
with the Patreon. You don't just enter to win a box.
Yeah, if you sign up for the Patreon, I think we send you some sealed product. It's on the website. But hey, yeah, thanks so much for joining us, guys.
One quick last thing. We will not be. Mark and I will not be back. We're taking a few-week hiatus as I return home from. Will not be near GameSwap.
Oh, but this is important. Tomorrow there is a Star City Games invitational qualifier here in Mason, and Mario and I will be commentating that at least
the
for
latter half.
Yeah, the second, probably the 5th and 6th rounds of Swiss, and then also
the intense top 8.
The intense
sure
top
to be
8.
had.
So
Oh, and great, we got a subscriber. Thank you,
Oh, thank you so much.
Right 11.
So
We
yeah,
really appreciate
yeah.
it.
So check out the IQ tomorrow, or maybe if you're playing, we'll see you there.
Bye,
Have a good
guys.
one, guys.
Thanks for watching Top Deck Productions, your home for live weeknight Magic the Gathering. We'll be back with more live Magic shortly, so stay tuned. Don't forget to follow us here on Twitch to be notified of when we go live. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe as well. You can also check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/TopDeckProductions, on Twitter at twitter.com/TopDeckProds, and YouTube at youtube.com/TopDeckProductionStream.